Welcome to the Holistic Entrepreneur with holistic nurse practitioner, success coach, and best-selling author, Bonnie Groessl. Bonnie and her expert guests share tips, tools, and strategies to achieve success on your holistic entrepreneur journey. Each show features answers to common entrepreneur challenges, along with a healthy dose of support and motivation. Now, please welcome the host of the Holistic Entrepreneur, Bonnie Groessl.
Well, welcome everyone. This is your host, Bonnie Groessl, here at the Holistic Entrepreneur. Now, today we're talking about how to thrive in the new normal and beyond. Now, today's content can be applied to any profession, but I'm specifically addressing service providers in particular, especially those who are really holistic practitioners. I think if you're a holistic practitioner, you see the patient as a whole. It's not just the individual body part or issue that you're dealing with. You see them as a whole person and their lives as part of that. Now, this encompasses so many professions. Maybe you're a biological dentist or a chiropractor, a physical therapist, an acupuncturist, a naturopath, a health coach, or some other type of healthcare provider. I think anyone can benefit from this information, but I'm specifically addressing you guys today. Now, this episode will be of special interest to you if you want to adapt to the changes as a result of this worldwide pandemic, COVID-19. Now, whether you're open for business now, as usual, or you're still acting on a reduced capacity due to the pandemic and guidelines that are put in place for safety, these things will help you wherever you are on your journey. Things are different now. We're entering a new normal. And to be able to thrive and continue to serve your patients and clients, you need to make some adjustments in your practice if you've not already done this. There's tremendous opportunity for those who are willing to make these changes. We're going to be talking about what I believe are the 3 keys to thriving in the new normal. We'll talk about the most effective ways to build your online visibility, adapt to the new normal, with changing some things that maybe you have to do differently than you have in the past, and strategies to reach the most people so that you can have a greater impact through your holistic approach. We'll cover how to effectively convey patient safety in this COVID-19 era and explore tools and automate processes to increase touchless communication so that you can adapt to this new normal. I'm dedicating the next few episodes to this topic, so we're going to start with a broad overview today. And then next, we'll, get into the more specifics. Now, we still have our group angel reading the first week of July, and so we'll do that. And I also have a special guest to share with you coming up soon. But other than that, we're going to focus on this topic until we've kind of, addressed everything. And if you have other questions, reach out to me, because I may not be covering everything that you have questions about, so let me know and we'll make sure that we address it on a future show. And of course, I always want to make time to thank you for taking your time to be here. I know that time is our most precious asset, and I so appreciate you. I want to make sure that these shows are value-packed so that you feel your time was well spent. And I always want to remind you that the information presented here is educational, inspirational, and motivational in nature, but I always want you to just take what fits for you and simply let go of the rest. This show does not intend or imply to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment either. I always want to preface every show with that little reminder for us all. Now, make sure you check out the show page and the links that are there. And the bonnielinks.com website is where I've got a bunch of special gifts for you. And then, of course, you can always reach out to me at my main website at bonniegroessl.com as well. And there I archive all of the podcast episodes, and I have information about our company, M&B Global Solutions, and what we do and products and services and that sort of thing. So let's get into our content for today. I'm so excited to share this with you. So let's talk about the first strategy, which is making your website the hub of your practice. Your website is really like your office online, and it's open 24 hours a day. It doesn't close at 5 o'clock or whatever. So identify the type of person your practice is for, because it's not for everyone, obviously. So let them know that they're in the right place by identifying who they are. Welcome them. And then make it easy for your visitors to find answers to common questions. Those questions you get all the time. Make sure that it's easy for them to find the answers quickly, because you really only have maybe 2 to 5 seconds to grab someone's attention and keep them on your website so that they're looking around at more things. And then share what you're doing to provide for patient safety. This is especially important today because there's about 50% of the population that studies have shown that are still concerned about catching COVID-19 and getting sick. And so you want to make sure that you are upfront with what you're doing for patient safety. It's not going to scare people away. It's going to make them feel more secure. And then share what your visitors can do on their own to boost their immune system, to make them a not so nice host for the virus to latch onto. Integrate with social media. Having everything in one place. Your website is the hub. It's your office. So having a video on your About page allows you to introduce yourself, connect with your visitors, and therefore connect with your potential ideal patients. Explain who you are and why you do what you do. I think that's important to people. But don't make it all about you. Make it about who your visitor is, who your ideal patient is, because they have to know what's in it for them. So your About page video, or wherever you end up putting that video, should be introducing you and how you can help them, but also speak to what they're dealing with. Talk in terms of what they're using in their language. Are they calling things by certain words? Are they describing things in a certain way? That will help you to connect to your visitors in a better way. And then have an opt-in form so that people can leave contact information in exchange for a valuable gift from you, which might be, answers to common questions. It might be how to do something, how to stay safe, in how to boost your immune system, whatever it is, whatever you do in your practice. I'm sure that you get, common questions from people all the time. Creating an information sheet about that is valuable to people. And you want to make it valuable enough, though, so that they are willing to give you their contact information. And it might be a name and email. Some people ask for a phone number and then follow up with phone as well. It's totally up to you, but have some way to engage those people and have some sort of action that they can take when they're on your website. And then differentiate yourself and highlight your practice and your expertise. Show them why you're the number one choice. This is especially important for potential patients. Your existing patients probably already know that, but it's always good to remind them anyway. But for your potential patients, let them know what makes you different, why they should come to see you rather than someone else. And your website should be easy to navigate. And obviously, it should provide value. Now, the navigation piece is something that people don't always get right. You can have the prettiest website in the world, but if people can't find what they're looking for easily, they'll leave. And so easy to navigate is really, really important. And then using automated tools, making it easy for people is kind of the general theme here. You want to make it easy for your ideal patients, for your potential ideal patients. So using automated tools like a scheduling system, that way they don't have to wait until the office is open in the morning or there's someone there to answer the phone. They can schedule or at least request an appointment time right then and there on your website. Some people use live chat or some sort of other messaging or text messaging. However, you make it easy for people. That's kind of the theme here. And then create easy ways. There's that word again. Create easy ways for patients to complete online forms. You probably have routine online forms that people have to read and sign. There's a way to do that online. And then you can be paperless and touchless. Touchless signatures. It's a safety factor as well as a convenience factor for people. And then have your contact information and a call to action like that opt-in form I was just talking about on every page, because people may not land on your homepage first. They might land on a page really hidden in your site. So you want that information on every page. And then the second strategy is be easy to find online. Now you've got a website that's easy to navigate, has valuable information, easy ways for people to connect with you, but they have to find you. So there's a lot of things that you can do that are free and simple to do. You just need to know to do them. So leveraging your visibility by using free tools like Google My Business and other directories is really, really important, because when people search for you, those things often pop up before your website does. So they'll find you in those places. Now, one thing I'm going to say, this is a little tip about online directories. When you put your listing out in online directories, make sure it's exactly the same wording as it is on every listing. The reason is, if you use the word street, STREET, and then in another place you abbreviate street by ST period, it will see, or Google will see, and other search engines will see you as two different places, two different practices or businesses. So you want to be sure it's exactly the same on every directory. Otherwise, you're really not getting the boost in ranking that you should. And then use keywords that people are searching for when they're looking for somebody like you. Keywords are things that people put in the search bar on Google or whatever search engine they're using to find what they're looking for. So make sure that those keywords are linked to you, are directing them to your website. And then leveraging the power of video. I can't stress this enough. 2020 is, and it's probably started in 2019, the power of video is getting bigger and bigger and bigger every day. People want to see you. I mean, you can do a brief introduction and then switch to some slides if you don't want to be on camera. That's fine too. You don't have to have your face on camera, but at least have an image of you, a picture. Like I did in this presentation. So leveraging the power of video is really important and helps you to be seen online. Now, I'm sure you probably know that Google owns YouTube now. So Google ranking, at least, Bing might be a little different, but Google ranking gives you a little extra love when you have videos on YouTube because it's part of their platform. And then speak to your ideal audience. When you're doing a video, writing copy, sending emails out, whatever it is, speak to your ideal audience. Using the word you is really helpful because it makes the person feel like you're talking to them. And then use content marketing for search engine optimization, or SEO. Like regular blog posts or videos, or if you do a podcast, something that is content. That is hugely important in the long-term SEO. It takes a little longer to get the action. It's faster, I guess, in ads. But then once the ad stops, so does your visibility. If you have content out there, you'll be out there. You'll be out there for the long haul. And that's really what you want, to able to build those lifetime relationships with your ideal patients, is to have stuff for them to consume. And then using multidimensional communication is really key, because people have different preferences in how they prefer to receive information. Some people like to read things, some people like to listen to things, and some people would rather see it, or see a demonstration, or see your face, or whatever. So if you have written, audio, and video communication, I think all of those pieces should be on your website, in social media stuff, wherever you have content. Using that multidimensional communication is important because it will help you to reach the most people. And then meet your ideal patients where they hang out. If they hang out on Facebook, as an example, then make sure you have a Facebook business page and engage with them. If they hang out on Instagram, find out where they hang out and meet them there, because not everybody's going to come to your website initially. They might find you, say they're searching for something. Your Facebook page may come up before your website. So it behooves you to have your link to your website on your Facebook page. It's linking everything together. And then have an active Facebook page. I think Facebook, I don't know how you feel about it, and there's varying opinions, but I think it still is probably the biggest sort of search engine besides Google. So having a Facebook business page is really important. Have a complete profile. Use the app so that you can take appointments, ask questions. People can contact you on there, because people are on social media, and maybe they're on Facebook. Most people are these days. And there's other platforms as well. I don't want you to have to do them all, but I think a Facebook business page is a key thing. And then provide valuable content, as always, and be consistent. Post your blogs and your videos, whatever it is that you make on your website to social media and vice versa. You'll get added exposure, and then backlinks help your search engine ranking as well. And then share personal content. I mean, show that you have a life outside the office. You're not just, a person in a lab coat or whatever it is, however you dress at the office. Let them know that there's more to you than just the practice. Maybe what you do in the community, what you do to keep yourself healthy, those kinds of things. And then interact and comment with your followers and your friends. Make sure that you respond to people. Keep an eye on that. And as I mentioned before, be consistent. So the third strategy is adjusting your practice for the new normal. First of all, reach out to those inactive patients. Everybody's got an inactive database, right? You can reactivate many of those people just by communicating with them and showing them that you care. Send them a note or a postcard or call them or whatever and just say, hey, just to know I'm thinking about you. I hope you're doing okay. And then, let have a call to action with that is really the best way to do it. Invite them to call you, to connect with you again. So don't think that those inactive patients are sort of, dead to you. Just reach out, because you don't know if you don't ask. And then support and nurture your active patient database with consistent communication. If you do a podcast or a blog or a vlog, which is a video blog, basically, you can put those things in a newsletter. Some people would rather get something in writing in a newsletter than go to your website on a regular basis or to your blog on a regular basis. So make sure that you repurpose that information and create a newsletter or some sort of ongoing communication that's consistent with the stuff that you've created, the stuff that you have. And then add new contacts to your email list with that sign-up option that I mentioned earlier, the opt-in, right? Giving them something valuable in exchange for them volunteering their contact information. And then repurposing existing content into multiple formats. I am a big proponent of repurposing. I repurpose just about everything. Patient handouts can become blogs. You can feature your blogs or blog excerpts in a newsletter, on social media. There's so many things that you can do to repurpose what you already have. And then effectively communicate your focus on patient safety. Right now, this is really, really important. So that's something that we maybe didn't have to think about before, but now I think we do. So it's a way to make adjustments in your practice for this new normal that we're coming into. Now, your office may not have opened yet. Maybe it is open. Maybe it never closed. Whatever your situation is, I think people need to feel safe. Not just knowing that you're the expert that can help them, but that their safety is part of that visit. And then creating those online forms, adding touchless signatures. There are so many ways to do this. Because there's certain things that you do over and over and over again. You've got a stack of papers in your office. Going paperless is the way of the future, in my mind. And then provide an option for virtual consultations. Now, I don't mean to be diagnosing necessarily on, over the internet or something, because you might need to touch a person or see them in person or whatever. But you can begin that consultation with history taking, getting information about what's going on with them. So virtual consults, there's a place for that in this new normal. And I know I do those with some of my healthcare practitioners, and I love it. It's so much more convenient. And then you can also do, obviously, counseling, teaching as appropriate, going over lab results. Whatever you can do virtually, I think, is help to everyone, for your patients and for you. And then offer the ability to accept online payment. That's easy to do today, and it's, again, paperless. Then you're not dealing with checks or cash or people touching things or a pen to write a check, and is it a dirty pen or a clean pen? You don't have to deal with any of those things if you can accept online payment. And offer automated scheduling. Make it easy for people. It's all about, or much of it is about, making it easy for your potential clients. Because if they feel safe, they trust you, it's easy for them, you're going to be the go-to person for them. And then encourage your current patients to leave reviews and thank them when they do. There's so many different ways that you can do that these days. And people often want to leave a review or tell you things in person, but don't think, oh yeah, I should leave a review. So encourage them to, remind them to. Make it easy for your clients, your current clients and patients, to refer you to other people. And again, there's many ways to do this as well. And then cost effectively use ads. Ads get you that, as I mentioned before, that quick response, and you'll get more leads or potential clients or patients. But when the ads stop, generally the visibility stops too. So the long-term goal is to do that with organic traffic, which is a lot of content marketing actually. But most people we encourage to do both. Do a little bit of paid ads to get the ball rolling, but then also do the content marketing as well. So that covers our 3 strategies that I wanted to share with you today. And I want to also let you know that Mike and I have set some time aside for you. I mean, every practice is different. So we've set aside a time in our schedule to work with you personally at no charge. So together, I want to help you create a blueprint for your practice so that you can move forward and thrive in this COVID-19 era and beyond. Now, this is not a sales call. It's absolutely free and no strings attached, but it's not to sell you something. It's to help you walk away with a plan, a blueprint. So who is this call for? Well, it's for holistic practitioners or decision makers in your office that, you want your practice to thrive in this unprecedented time. And maybe you have an office manager that does a lot of the stuff for you so that you can spend your time seeing patients. So whether it's the practitioner themselves or a decision maker in your office, doesn't matter we can talk to both of you. That doesn't make a difference either. It can be a joint call. We do these calls on Zoom, and so as many people who want to can join the call. So that's who this is for. Now you might wonder, Bonnie, why are you doing this? Well, the bottom line is we've been there where you are, right? More than once. And so there's so many things that we've learned, and I want to pay it forward because our goal is to help you reach the most people possible in your efforts to create a healthier population. And I know you can do that, but sometimes it's just the stuff that you didn't think about or an outside perspective or view on something. We want to pay it forward so that you can consistently fill your practice. Filling that schedule, those chairs, the whatever language you use to fill your schedule, we want you to help you do that and grow your practice, because there are some people who are going to go out of business in this whole pandemic issue. And so there's going to be more of a need for people. And now more than ever, people need to be healthier, right? So that they are, in the best place possible to not get sick themselves. So I really want to help you to help others. It's my way of sort of extending that help that we can give. Well, thank you for joining me here at the Holistic Entrepreneur Show today. If you would like to learn how you can be a sought-after guest on popular podcasts, how to produce your own show, or even how to use content marketing to grow your business, go to bonnielinks.com and check out the offers that I have for you there. bonnielinks.com, BonnieLinks.com, is also where you can sign up for my monthly newsletter, the Holistic Entrepreneur Update. It comes straight to your email with an update from me and all of the links to the last month's shows, just in case you missed anything. Now, this newsletter also gives you access to the show's guest gift page, where you can access all the great gifts from my guests over the years. And don't forget to subscribe to The Holistic Entrepreneur on your favorite podcast directory so that you'll automatically receive the newest episode when it's released. The Holistic Entrepreneur is brought to you by M&B Global Solutions.